Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's energy update. My name is Rebecca Meisel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited to share what's channeled for us this morning. I got up this morning and spent some time out in the sunshine and just allowed this beautiful energy to come in. And it was just so positive and so beautiful to hear what came through. So I'm very excited to share it with you. Especially because of the past week and what that has really brought forward for a lot of us. If you listened to last week's update, there was a lot of themes around closing out cycles, a lot around bringing these conclusions into place, and that is continuing forward. I feel like this is going to be a theme that's going to go through this entire month. So just be mindful of that. If you haven't listened to the update last week, please do that because there are definitely some continuous themes that we will see come through this week as well. But it's all very positive, and I think that's something we have to keep in the forefront of our mind as we move into this next week and the rest of September. This is a beautiful time for us to close out these chapters that need to be closed. And this is propelling us forward in the right direction. So just like last week, remember that light at the end of the tunnel, my friends. I hope you all have been keeping well despite these chaotic energies. Maybe you've been feeling a little bit more anxious. Maybe you've needed some extra self-care. Please continue to do that as we move through this next while, okay? Please take good care of you. So let's dive into what channeled this morning. And maybe you're still feeling this way because the first thing I heard when I sat down to channel was calm the mind. Stop overthinking. The best is yet to come. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't let small-mindedness overrule your heart. Let the heart lead. It's time to make a graceful transition. Embrace your divine feminine. Maybe things need to slow down before they speed up. Remember, dreams happen in God's time, not your own. Surrender struggle. Stop pushing so hard to make things happen. Let it all flow. Be guided like water. Be guided like sunshine. Embrace happiness most of all. Detach from the dream, from the person, from the career, from the outcome. Visualize happiness on your doorstep. Let it inside. Let it envelop you and every corner of your life. That is what you must manifest now. Your joy. That is the path you must follow. Embrace that sun and shine. All right, let's pause there. So, what an absolutely beautiful first little bit here in the channeling session. So, a lot of us might be feeling a little scattered. We might be feeling a little fragmented because we've had so much going on, and there has been a lot going on energetically as well. So, please be mindful of that, okay? If you're like, what the heck? Why am I so stressed? Why am I not sleeping? Why are these stupid fears coming in? And it's like, they're just kind of showing me where it's like the mind knows it's kind of being over the top right now, but it's like we can't help it. It's like this energy that's been propelled lately. So really be mindful of that. But our biggest direction here this week is like, let that go. Find outlets like last week to release your stress and calm your mind and your body. This is so important. And I really feel like this information of like, stop overthinking, the best is yet to come. It's giving us this encouragement. It's giving us this reassurance like, okay, guys, don't worry so much. Everything is in hand. Everything is happening in perfect time. We might not feel that way right now. We might not see that right now, but it is coming. It doesn't mean that that is not true. Things are shifting in a very positive direction. So I love how it's just like this little reminder, don't let your head roll. Let your heart lead the way. Because isn't that so true? When we go to our heart space and we check in, it's like the clarity is always there. It's like, right, okay, I'm still on the right path. Right, okay, I'm still going to do these choices that make me feel fulfilled, and I'm going to follow that authentic path. And it's almost like we get this wake up where it's like, yeah, everything is okay. There's nothing to fear, there's nothing to worry about. So I love how they were really clarifying this for us this week and to remind us to make a graceful transition. So, once more, we might get tested in that where it's like, oh my gosh, normally I would be freaking out and I would give my power away to this situation, to this scenario. Normally, I might react this way. But even if you do, how can you take that power back and go, I'm going to make a graceful transition. I'm not going to stress myself out. I'm not going to make this a big, huge deal that I normally would. And I'm going to trust that I'm safe. I'm going to trust that I'm being guided. I'm going to trust in God's hand in my life. And this is giving us this opportunity to once more be in our power, but also meet our needs. So, when these things happen this week, they're really, really enforcing the divine feminine energy. This is not the time to be forcing things. This is not the time to be spearheading things or jumping over obstacles. This is the time to take our time. This is the time to slow down so we can speed up. And I loved when that came through because sometimes we once more have this program that we need to be in our masculine to get things done, that we need to force and really trudge through to accomplish our goals or go through these obstacles. But that's not the case. We absolutely can be in our feminine energy while we're going through trials and while we are accomplishing things and still make it ahead. And guess what? We're going to make it feeling topped up. We're going to make it in perfect time. And once more, they're just bringing up that situation we brought up in last week's reading, which was all about ascending the mountain and the difference between those two hikers, the one who took breaks, the one who enjoyed the scenery, the one who fed himself, looked after himself, as opposed to the one who forfeited their needs to get to the top quicker and more efficiently, and how that actually sacrificed so much and left that person feeling more drained and unable to really enjoy the destination. So, once more, we're being really called and directed this week to drop into our feminine. What self care do you need this week? Okay. What is your body telling you this week? Does it need more rest? Does it need more replenishment? Does it need movement? Like, how can you really top up your sacred vessel? And that also goes for your mind. How is your mental health right now? Is it where it should be? And if not, what do you need to do to make yourself back into the space of peace, to get yourself back into this beautiful sacred space of self love and self care? And to remember those things really, really matter this week. So, no matter what you're going through, take it as an opportunity for you to step back, to take your time, to release the fear or outcome and just be for a bit. And I really hear we're going to get a lot of divine insight and direction when we allow ourselves to be in silence and we allow ourselves to be in that feminine, receptive energy. And this is training us for the future because when we start this new beginning, whether you're there yet or not, we are then manifesting that future for ourselves where we are enabling this energy of receiving. I deserve to have my needs met. I deserve to have a full cup. I deserve good health. I don't deserve to, in the sense of, I don't deserve illness. I don't deserve forfeiting my needs. I do deserve healthy boundaries, right? So, flow, there's so much around flowing, slowing down, letting things happen, and surrendering struggle. Okay. We don't need to suffer through things anymore. This is a higher enlightenment that a lot of us are coming to, where it's like you do have a choice in how you respond to things. So, make the choice that is most loving for you. Now, the other aspect to this is pushing things and trying to create things and forcing, right? But once more, this is not the way. So, how can you balance your schedule even when it comes to creating your dreams? How can you find this balanced approach? Now, what I love is this next section when it's like detach from the dream, the person, the outcome, the career. Now, this was so enlightening because a lot of times when we're manifesting, for instance, we have a very set picture of what we want. So maybe it's like, I want to be in this position, I want to be in this career, I want to be with this relationship, and this is how it needs to be, and this is what it needs to look like. We can have a very specific vision, and for some of us, that's bringing us a bit of confusion because they're kind of showing me someone who's on this path and they keep getting bombarded by what they should do. Where it's like, well, I know I have this destiny to help people, for instance. So if you're like, I need to be helping people, and you feel that pressure of like, I need to have a career that is based in helping people, and this is the way it needs to be, and blah, 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 blah. But yet you have all these other things you want to do and all these other avenues that you're considering. But what's so beautiful about that is they're like, whoa, 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 like take the pressure off. What if your career, what if your dream, what if this perfect relationship, whatever that outcome is that you're trying to manifest doesn't actually matter? Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever realized that your purpose literally is joy? So, how can we remove the specifics? How can we remove this limit that we put upon ourselves, these limits that we have that really make us small minded because it's like, this is the only possible path for me. This is the only thing that will make me happy. What if instead we skipped all of that and went straight to how we want to feel and started manifesting that? So, if we know that our outcome is we want to be happy, we want to have a life that's full of peace, we want to have a life where we're able to meet our needs, then that is what we need to be visualizing. That is what we need to be manifesting is our happiness. And when we do that, there's a lot of these feelings of relief that come in. I don't know about you, but it's like, oh, wow, that just takes so much pressure off me. When I just start thinking about that simplicity instead of overcomplicating it, making it a big deal, it's like, relax. Just manifest happiness. Isn't that what we all want? We want to be happy. So what care? Why do we care what form it takes? Let yourself surrender to the journey. Know that that is what you are creating every time you give yourself this gift of happiness, of joy, of self-fulfillment, right? So you can really see now how the universe has been preparing us. It's like been teaching us how to be in our joy again, how to really meet our needs, to embrace our feminine side that has been so distorted. Doesn't this make sense now? Where it's like, oh, that's helping me manifest a beautiful, happy future, a fulfilling future. So I love when this says visualize happiness on your doorstep and let it inside. Let it envelop you and every corner of your life. That is what you must manifest now. Your joy. That is the path you must follow. Embrace the sun and shine. So, this is so truly fantastic because, once again, this makes things very clear in our forward movement. When we start looking at our decisions, the choices that we're making every day, are these choices in alignment with what is going to bring us fulfillment, with what is going to bring us happiness and joy? So, I'm not saying that we're not going to have things that we don't enjoy that we do have to accomplish or do. And sometimes there's going to be struggle, and sometimes there's going to be things because we need those lessons, right? We can't negate that. We can't always have a perfect, positive life. We're human too. But it's going to be making the choices that ultimately lead to that end goal, that are showcasing and aligning with choices of self respect, as well as choices that are in alignment with that fulfilling path. So, this week, if choices come your way, really be sure to check in and go to the source of your heart and go, okay, what is going to be the correct option for me in the sense of what is going to give me overall fulfillment? What is most in alignment with my values and who I am and who I really want to be? Because I'm really hearing we're putting both feet in now. Whereas before we're like, "Oh, can I actually, like, live a life that's fully authentic to me?" Because we've been so trained to think we need to sacrifice. We've been so trained to believe that we can't have our needs met. We need to forfeit things, that we're not worthy, whatever that story and program was. But now we're like, "Actually, I do wanna take a chance and try to live my life and experience my life in a way that is fully in alignment for me as an individual." So they're showing me someone finally put both feet in. You're ready. Ooh, I just got chills. You are ready, my friends, to take this next step forward and take a chance on yourself, to take a seemingly risk. Okay. So, this is what we're doing. We're taking a chance on ourselves, we're moving forward, and we're choosing what is most fulfilling. Now, what channeled next was release worries and control. These only make you frantic and scattered. So, this is a really great red flag for us that's going to come up this week. So, the minute we get frantic, the minute we get scattered and afraid, that really should be our light bulb moment to go, wow, I'm trying to control life right now. Because that is what happens when we get these big triggers. We feel a victim, right? We feel a victim to life. We feel like helpless. We can't do anything. Our power is gone from situations, scenarios, people, you name it. But what's really coming through is like you just need to release control of trying to have everything work out the way you want, because that is not how life works. And for some reason, we get this program and it comes from wanting to protect ourselves from danger, is we want to plan everything. We want to have everything go this way and align this way. But this is where the path of surrender is going to be so healing for us, and the path of trust, because surrender and trust are very hand in hand. We have to be able to trust life is going to work out for us. We have to be able to trust the universe and our own resiliency to get through any hardship, right? So, if these energies of manic or feeling scared or feeling scattered or overwhelmed come in, this is our alarm to go, okay, where am I trying to control life? And where do I need to step back? Where do I just need to let things be because I can't control everything? And coming to that awareness that it's safe to be human. Okay, this is another thing that just popped in. It's like, you're safe in this space, even though it doesn't feel that way, even though your instinct is going, I gotta get out of this situation. For most of us, it's like there's really no rush unless this is like an actual like life or death scenario or something like that. But when it comes to our 3D fears, usually this is something we do not have to fix and control and navigate right away. It's like, whoa, 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 calm yourself. Look, let yourself come back to your body, come back to your heart, come back to your soul. Take your time. There's no rush to resolve this issue. You got this, okay? You can always ask for help. You're not alone in this. And this is where the masculine has kind of got to be put back in its place, because the masculine's so used to taking charge and like, let's fix this, let's get this done. But we got to be in our feminine too. So, where do we need to find creative solutions to these issues and also bring this awareness of where we are really trying to lead with our masculine? Okay, so stop trying to control. So, how can we do that? All right, so let's reread this here. Release worries and control. These only make you more frantic and scattered. How? By being in your bliss. What brings you absolute peace, satisfaction, and fulfillment? Do it, and do it often. Leave all your cares behind. All is being taken care of. This is the one way you can streamline your dreams and manifest success. All right, I love this because once again, it's like the solution is so simple. If you're worried, if you're frantic, if you're feeling out of control and out of alignment, what puts you back into alignment? And for a lot of us, that is doing what we love. That is pursuing what we love. That is being present in the present moment. That is allowing ourselves to find fulfillment and joy in life again. Because guess what? There's always going to be problems. There's always going to be things, but there's always going to be a way out and there's always going to be solutions. So sometimes we just need to put our lives back into perspective and come back to what brings us joy and happiness, because that's always accessible to us, even through challenge, even through big change. So leave all your cares behind. And I love this because it's like giving us permission to surrender our problems. So sometimes, once again, our masculine wants to come in and we feel the responsibility. We have to figure this out. Well, what if it wasn't your responsibility to figure this out right now? And they're showing me once again the very mental energy of let me calculate this and logically figure this out. What if this problem isn't meant to be logically figured out? What if this is a problem that you can actually ask help with? And what if this is a situation for you to learn how to surrender, to learn how to not forfeit your power, and to allow yourself to be in your feminine? So, really notice that this week. Is this my opportunity to step back? Is this my opportunity to realize I can have help and assistance and maybe ask for it? And is this problem really my responsibility to take on? Because some of you are taking on things that are not for you to take on. So be very diligent in that as well. Like, what problems are you taking on and making your issue as opposed to someone else, right? Maybe that is their issue. Maybe that is their journey and we need to step back. So really notice, where am I being called to be in my feminine right now? And what's so beautiful about this is this awareness of how when we do that, when we're in our joy and we do the things we love and we come back to that grounded, aligned space, this is how we actually can streamline good results, because they're really bringing this awareness of how we want to create our dreams and how we really want to have this forward movement, this new start, this fresh beginning. And they're really bringing this in of when we are in that energy, when we are in that vibration of fulfillment, once more, that is what we're going to manifest. That is what we are going to be continuously propelling. So the more we're in that vibration of fulfillment and joy and creation and empowerment, the more that's going to propel. So I love that. So make decisions from a happy space. So once more, we're getting this reminder of what our mindset is when we're making decisions this week, where our energies are when we're making decisions this week. And if possible, hold off on any decisions until that clarity comes, until you're feeling topped up, until you're coming back to your space of authenticity. Okay. So, dispelling myths about yourself. This is the next theme that comes in this week. Releasing programming that's keeping you small, emerging out of the cave, sorry, of hibernation to show yourself. All right, now this is so beautiful. When I was getting this message, I was being shown this like inner child emerging. And it was very much like this energy of the inner child, this bright white light. And I just kept getting like giggles and laughter and play. Okay. So displaying the true you, your inner child. Imagine if life was your playground. You're the adult now. You can create anything. You can choose how to live your life. You can make those decisions. Get excited. A new day has come. Rise into your glory. Reclaim all the lost pieces of yourself. A new beginning is here. Now, the next part of this is really looking back at the journey. So, look how far you've come. Redefine success and see you already have accomplished so much. There is nothing to worry about anymore because you're trusting the universe, yourself, and life to be there for you. All right. I love this so much. So, this dispelling myths about yourself is so cool because I really feel like this might be a very strong cycle for some of us. And they're really kind of showing me like the realms of confidence and how we've been so fooled into believing we can't be confident in ourselves and in what we're doing. And someone who's perhaps highly trained, highly skilled, but yet still doubts themselves when opportunities arise. And that's interesting. That just kind of popped in. So maybe there's going to be some opportunities that come up this week, and maybe we're going to hesitate and we'll be like, oh, can I do this? Actually like take the leap and do this, even though you're so capable and you're so skilled at what you do and you're so knowledgeable. So, this is coming in. If any opportunity comes this week and you're like holding back, remember this reading, remember this guidance, okay? Like you're ready to come out of the cave. And I love this because once more, they're showing me how we've been in this cave hibernating for maybe years. Maybe it's been a long time since you really put your authentic self out into the world. But it's been necessary because they're really showing me when you were hibernating, it was like you were clearing, you were healing, you were learning the lessons that were very vital for you to learn for you to get to this moment of this new beginning of revealing your true self. And now it's like this conclusion of like, okay, you're ready. You just need to feel ready and you need to claim that you are powerful and you do deserve to be here and you do deserve to all the goodness in the world and you're ready to claim it. So, once again, we might have this final test of hesitancy if we're going to really take a chance on ourselves, if we're really going to believe in ourselves, if we're really going to do it. Because once more, they're showing me like the toe half in and half out. It's like, come on, let's do this. Let's take this next step. You can believe in yourself. You can be confident. Okay. So, once more, there's this beautiful reminder God confidence. God is working through you, my friends. So, if you hold yourself back, notice that where you're doubting your belief, where you're doubting that God is using you, working through you, and how you've been given this gift for a reason to share. Okay. Remember that. So, we're dispelling these myths that say otherwise, that make us feel small, that make us feel inadequate. And it's so, so beautiful and empowering. So, just notice where those stories come in this week and really put them in their place. So, emerging from the cave of hibernation, now you're ready to show yourself. And the other thing is this inner child that I found so interesting. So, it was also like showing the playfulness, right? Because a lot of times life can become so serious, and we think that we have to hide away those more childish parts of ourselves, the more goofy side, the funny side. We got to be serious all the time. But what's so beautiful, it's like, no, that's a huge key of who you are. That's like who you are at your core, is your inner child. So, how can you just release any of those preconceived judgments that you have to be a grown up all the time, that you have to, hide these parts of yourselves? It's time to reveal the playfulness of life. And I love how they brought this awareness of like, we can create life as our playground, literally. You don't have to live your life the way everyone else does. You have the authority here. You are a grown up now. You're an adult now. You get to make these decisions. And I don't know about you, sometimes this hits me and it's like, "Oh, yeah, right." Because like, I'll sometimes get these weird realizations when I'm coming home and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I live, with my boyfriend. Oh my gosh, this is so great. I'm an adult. I get to do this and I get to choose this. I get to do that." And it's like these funny little aha moments where we still feel like we're limited and then we realize We're not. We can do these things. We have a choice. We can choose whatever we desire. And that choice can happen right now. We don't have to wait. Life is our playground. So why aren't we playing? Why aren't we absorbing life the way it's meant to be absorbed and experienced? So you can create, choose, and make anything. Get excited. A new day is here. Rise into your glory and reclaim all those lost parts of yourself. I love this. And this is helping us realize like how far we've come in the journey because we're at this point of completion now. It's like, wow, I'm actually here. I'm at this point where I can look back and see just how much I've accomplished. And this is where they're saying we need to reframe our definitions of success because once more, maybe we're not successful in the 3D way. Maybe we don't have all the wealth and lavish lifestyle, whatever it is that you're comparing yourself to, or that definition of success in this 3D experience. But maybe you've been incredibly successful in your healing journey. Maybe you've been incredibly successful in your relationship with yourself, in your family, in your relationships, right? And they just keep showing me all these different facets of abundance that perhaps we've overlooked and we haven't been giving credit where credit is due. So, where have you been successful? And how can you reframe and broaden your perspectives of what that is? Okay, so redefine success, see what you have already accomplished. And this once more requires us to be in our feminine energy because our feminine energy is the receptive energy. It is the ability to be and look at things and pause and flow. So we'll need to take a pause and actually reflect and go in and see all these shifts and changes. So we've already accomplished a lot. So maybe this is the time for our our masculine energy to take a back seat and just let us flow for a bit. Maybe we need to just soak in so much of what we've already done. Okay. The hard work is over. That's what I keep hearing. Like the hard work is really over. This is just this culmination of these loose ends that we're tying up this week. And it's so, so beautiful. So there's nothing to worry about anymore because you were trusting the universe, yourself, and life to be there for you. Can't get better than that. So next theme here is romance. So a little bit of this continuation from last week. We're going to have a huge focus on relationships, especially romantic relationships this whole month. So we have romantic times are here. Embrace the overflow of love. Make your partner feel special. Help them see themselves as you do. Show them how to burst that bubble of illusion, shattering perceptions of love that harm and isolate. Seeing you are safe to love, be in love, and total abandon. Releasing self judgments that made you believe you were still alone. All right. So this is really cool. I'm going to pause here because we're getting this a beautiful opportunity to come to this point of unconditional love with our partners this week. And that really means removing this illusion of separation, removing this illusion about ourselves, themselves as being unlovable or not good enough or whatever those stories are. We're bursting that bubble and we're getting very clear on where we stand with each other in these partnerships. So I'm just hearing what are the things we need to get over to get to this point in our relationships? Is there anything that's hindering this abundance, this love, this flow of receptive energy in your relationship at this time? All right. And this is what's coming through. It's time to get over it. Okay, now this is funny because normally we get the advice, no, you got to work through it, you got to feel it, blah, blah, blah. You got to feel it to heal it. And that's true. But now we're at this point where it's like, okay, guys, this is it. Like, you got to be ready to move on. You got to close this chapter so you can move forward. If you don't, you're going to stay here. You're going to stay in this point of contention. You're going to stay in this point of conflict. It's time to move on. If you've chosen this partner, you need to commit and you need to move on. So they're being a little harsh here. They're like, get over it. It's time to forgive yourself. It's time to forgive them. It's time to embrace the beauty of your partner, not just their faults, not where they've made mistakes. This is a time for you to go all in together. So they're showing me this all or nothing energy. And some of you might be at a point of choosing where it's like, okay, am I going to continue with this or am I not? And you have to make a decision. That's what I'm hearing. It's like commit to your partner, move forward, or commit to yourself. And both, right? We got to commit to ourselves and our partners if that's the situation. So, what I'm really hearing is we are needing to remove these judgments. We're needing to remove these perceptions that create divide, that create division between you and your partner because you're meant to be one. You're meant to be coming together in harmonization, especially this week, these huge highlights of romance. So, where can you come together? Where can you open your mind and open your heart and get very honest about what you truly feel for each other? And so I'm just hearing love heals. Love heals all wounds. So if there's some things that are worn out and expired, how can you let love heal that? How can you show your partner that you're willing to move on and you're willing to show up for them? Because I'm really hearing this is the week to show up. This is the week that will help you and them shatter these illusions that have created tension, that have created divide. So, if you've been going through relationship issues, this is the time to heal it. This is the time to squash what needs to be squashed. This is the time to bring final closure. So, no, you cannot procrastinate this any longer. This is a very specific message to some of you. You've been holding back, you've been hesitating, you haven't been wanting to say what you need to say, you haven't been wanting to really forgive and let go. Stop being stubborn. Get your act right. This is what I'm hearing. It's time to let go. This is hurting you. This is hurting your relationship. It is hindering your relationship. It's time to move on. Okay. Now, this also comes to our own relationship with self. Okay. We have to remember that our relationship with ourself is the most crucial. So, what is your relationship like with yourself? Are you still judging yourself? Are you still ridiculing yourself? Is there criticism present? Where is there self judgment? Okay. So, this is another illusion that we need to burst through this week. The third eye is going to be very key here because this is going to help us decipher the truth, the actual truth, not the programmed beliefs, the actual resonant truth in the soul. So, we need to work on seeing ourselves in a space of unconditional love and acceptance, right? So maybe we've been seeing some sides of ourselves that aren't as flattering when we go through sorry, my book fell. Um if we go through periods of stress or challenges, sometimes that can bring out unflattering sides of us. Maybe we felt anger, maybe we've been feeling fear, and maybe we don't like that. Maybe we're judging that. But how can we have so much compassion this week that we return to love? Okay, we return to this space of acceptance. I'm human too. And I'm going to forgive myself for not being my best version of self sometimes. And we're not going to let guilt eat away at us anymore because there's also this element of guilt here. So they're showing me this energy of guilt where we felt we weren't our best selves, where felt we should have done better, we made a mistake. Who cares? You're a human being. Literally, who cares? You're the only one who's holding this over yourself. Get over it. It's time. And I hate saying get over it because I feel like that's sometimes unkind, But what's really coming through is we're at that point now. We've analyzed this to death. We've tried to heal this so much. Now it's like, okay, something's got to give. You got to cut that cord. And this is what they're kind of giving me. It's like, cut that cord, would ya? It's hurting you. This isn't helping you. You've learned the lesson. Now stop holding on. It's time to let go. Okay. So, releasing self judgments that made you believe you were still alone. Now, this is so beautiful. Once again, we're having this come together moment. You're not alone anymore. You have a partner who loves you. You have friends that care about you. You have a family, a soul family who's here for you. So, once more, where do we need to shatter the illusion that we are alone? That we can't ask for help, that we can't move forward, and that we need to do everything ourselves. So, this is a very healing moment for a lot of us this week where we're finally getting this awareness to true oneness, to true love that heals all. Okay. So we're bursting that bubble of illusion and it's so beautiful. So really take your time this week and do that healing you need to do and come together because I'm really hearing it's important. The importance of community this week is going to be so highlighted. Romance is going to be so highlighted. Surrender to it, enjoy it, savor it. Enjoy this precious time with your loved ones, okay? And if you're feeling alone, then you really need to be with your loved ones. You really need to prioritize that. This is our time to receive, okay? So, once more, be in that receptive energy. Allow your divine feminine to really take the driver's seat this week. Let yourself enjoy. This is a beautiful time of romance. So really prioritize it. Prioritize your partner, plan a date night, make it happen. Okay. So making the conscious choice to pursue your dreams together, deciding and making small goals to get there. Hidden truths are revealed as to why the road took so long, seeing how it all has been in perfect timing all along, that nothing has ever been withheld nor begrudged. There were vital lessons needed along the way. Your hangups have never been hangups, only ways to expand. But now it's time. It's time to make a solid plan and dive right in. Buckle up. It's all coming. God's timing has arrived. Wishes are fulfilled. The time is now. Trust everything is in hand. You can believe in the miracles of life. What a beautiful way to end our reading. This is truly phenomenal. So, once more, we are taking really big strides with our partners, with our relationships this week, and we're coming together to this point where we're going to be really shaping our lives with this forward vision of how can we build a beautiful life together? How can I build a beautiful life that involves others? Because once more, we had such a strong illusion that we were really focused on just ourselves, thinking we were alone, that we had to drive our dreams by ourselves. And that's not true. This week, it's like we're waking up to this amazing information that we're not alone, that we do have help available. There are people who care and want to see us succeed and collectively succeed. So, this is our opportunity to find ways to build the dream life together. So, look at your community this week. Really look around you. How can I build my life and build it with help? How can I build and achieve my dreams as a collective, working together because we're stronger together, right? So, this is the time to seek out your community, my friends. So, making the conscious choice to pursue your dreams together, deciding and making small goals to get there. So, once more, it's a decision. We're the adult now. We get to choose. And once more, you will have the choice this week to go it alone or to come together. But I just keep hearing things are going to come forward with such grace and ease when you allow for help, when you allow yourself to strengthen your bonds of friendship, of union, to really accomplish these next steps. And this is bringing out healing information. So I love how it's like hidden truths are revealed as to why the road took so long. So, once again, we're not going to have regret for the journey because sometimes you can be like, man, why didn't I figure this out sooner? Why didn't I like see this big picture? Why was this so hard and difficult? If I just known this earlier, but there's no regret because guess what? This journey was perfect for you. This journey that you guys took together is perfect for your union because it's making you stronger. It's helping you see the light together. It's strengthening your bonds. And we're seeing all this hidden information that wasn't visible before come to the surface for healing and for recognition, where it's like, see how the whole journey to get you here, it really was perfect. It really was just as it needed to be. Can you see that every leg of the journey, God had a hand in your life? It was making the lessons known to you that you needed to know. Can you see all this amazing information you've acquired, this wisdom you now have collected within your life experience to take you to the next level? Because without those lessons, without the healing, without the recognition of your wounds, you wouldn't be where you are. You wouldn't be who you are. You wouldn't be here at this triumphant moment where you get to create your life now. You get to be God in your life now. You get to create everything you've ever dreamed, everything you've ever desired in that big, beautiful heart gets to come true now because you've learned enough lessons. You've learned what was required. Good for you. Give yourself this recognition this week. I did it. I went through that path and now I'm out the other side and I'm ready to start my new life. And I'm ready to be supported. I'm ready to receive my dreams. I'm ready to build them and I'm ready to have help. I'm seeing I'm so worthy of that. I'm so deserving of every goodness I ever could see. That's meant to be mine. My dreams are meant to be mine. And I wake up to the truth now that God never held me back. I was never held back in my life. The slowdown was intentional. And now it's time to propel forward. So, buckle up, my friends. It's all coming true. It's all coming in. This is so beautiful, and you're going to have help. You know, it's so amazing how we're so taught and trained that we need to be strong and independent. And to a degree, yeah, but not all the time. Not without the balance of the feminine. We need to have help. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs support. Everybody needs love and requires it. It is a need. And we're finally waking up to this week. It's such a big moment and we're claiming it. It's absolutely like surreal. And with this, once more, this is propelling this manifestation that support will always be there, that your needs will always be met. And you're ready to not only believe that, but to claim it for yourself. So God's timing has arrived. Wishes are fulfilled. The time is now. You can believe in the miracle of life. I can't say it any better than that, my friends. Like, I can't. Life is such a miracle. Life is such a blessing. Are you here for it? Are you noticing it? Are you partaking in it? Are you claiming the miracle that is your life? It's time. Don't hold back any longer, no matter what is happening. Claim your right to life. Claim the life you want to live on your terms. Get clear on your values and listen to them. Follow through in them. Take actions in them. This is your life, no one else's. So make it a beautiful one. All right, friends. Well, that's all I got for this week. What a week. I'm so excited. What an amazing energy. What an amazing, empowering moment for so many of us and our relationships this week. What an exciting time. So, really take advantage of these energies. Really take advantage of this beautiful offering of success and forward movement by slowing down and being in our feminine. Like, honestly, can it get any better? Can it get any better? So take advantage of this, my friends. And if there's any way I can support you in your journey, in your path, please connect with me. I'm still offering deep healing sessions, Reiki trainings. I have many different offerings, also subscription readings now that I'm doing every single month for people. I've also got this amazing subscription to my podcast now as well, where if you subscribe, there's going to be real exclusive podcast episodes that you can get exclusive information from. So, my next series is going to be all on the chakras. So, if you're someone you're not sure and familiar with the chakras, even if you're more advanced in your chakras, I'm going to be sharing my accumulative knowledge about the chakras, how I've worked with them. I'm going to be sharing some personal insights into them as well. So don't miss out on those exclusive podcasts. You can subscribe to them, and I'll leave the link below. So hopefully, we'll see you there. Have a wonderful and blessed week, my friends. Bye.